Okay. Hey, how's it going, Colette? Here, I'll show you. This guy's funny. So there's a lot of local comedians, and this guy's name is James Draper, and I asked him if he'd do an interview for the show, and so I need to send him. He said okay, and that was earlier, like a couple hours ago. So I need to send him a message, and he told me about his YouTube channel. Uh, let's see. So we got another channel for you to subscribe to if you like this joke. Um, he's got a few videos. Uh, let's see. There you go. All right. So check this out. Make sure I got everything powered up.
Every time you leave somewhere during the winter, you have to do that goodbye Macarena. You're literally like, got my cash and my change and my phones in my pocket, my keys and my smokes in the back, there's a wallet, my gloves in my hat, a notebook and a pencil. Hey, there's my lighter. It's the worst. The one good thing about winter, though, is you got like 100 pockets during the winter, which is why every time you leave somewhere during the winter, you have to do that goodbye Macarena. You're literally like, got my cash and my change and my phones in my pocket, my keys and my smokes in the back, there's a wallet, my gloves in my hat, a notebook and a pencil. Hey, there's my lighter. Thank you.
Yeah, he's got other jokes and stuff too, but well, I'm gonna have to ask him about this name. Co of Dense Bonsta. Yeah, so that's a thing. Let's see, where are we at? There you go. Yeah, he's funny. So, anyways, I was like, oh, I'm gonna try and get an interview with this guy. Oh, okay. Yeah, that's what I was saying. He doesn't really push his YouTube though. He's posted like a dozen videos from like 10 years ago, and the rest of the videos are like just a couple of recent videos. So anyways, got a few gems. I think there's like 9 packages in here. Not exactly sure. Let's go ahead and see what we got. Now 10. All right. You're awesome, Colette. Which, by the way, earlier he had 7. And then I subscribed to him on my channel and the YouTube Administrator channel. Okay, so we have 8 little boxes and 2 big boxes. I'm going to start with a little box. Tell me what I should do next. What should I open next? Little box or big box? Big box next. Oh, goody, we got some topaz. Let me pull up the light so it shows it a little bit better. Yeah, there's some clean pieces in there. This is topaz. There's some nice pieces of topaz in here. They're small. But they're nice. I like topaz, so I'm pretty much always going to be happy with some topaz. Do, 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 do. It's catchy, isn't it? Okay, here's a big one. What are we going to do next? A small one or a big one? Smaller one or big one? Ooh, look at that. You can even see the yellowness of it. Pork a lemon. A little bit of lemon quartz there. It's got a split down the middle of it. Yeah. Right across this way. That's all right. I think we'll get a couple of nice pieces out of it. Yeah. I like that lemon quartz. It's not as yellow as this piece, but it's still got a nice yellow to it. Nice, good yellow color to it. Let me pull up the chat monitor so I don't have to keep switching over. Do. How you doing, Colette? How are you this fine eve? Very yellow. Yep, catchy. Good color. This is a timer. What's the difference from citrine? Oh, it's just the amount of saturation and the tone. Some of them have more than the others. And some of them have more per thinger than the others, and some of them have more in the whole area than others. Okay, I'm going to open a small one. We got one more big one. So what should we open next? Big one or small one? And one of these I got for you. We got to find out which one. Ooh, more topaz. I think this is it for the topaz. Well, that's interesting. We got one, there's like a blue piece, and there's like a piece with a notch missing. See the notch? Can you not see the notch? It's like a hole. It's very square. Oh. So yeah, there's a couple of pieces in here that are bluish, which is coolish. Very included, but it's natural blue. Blue in topaz is usually very zone-based. Usually depends on the zone. This is going to be a cool piece. This is a top of a piece of topaz, so it's cleaner. We'll just grind that off and turn it into a little bean. Little bean of topaz. Did I say I like topaz? Okay, small one coming right up. So what should we do next? A small one or a big one? It's a little more fun when we got, you know, more small ones and more big ones. Maybe it was a bubble. Oh, look, we got some emerald. Based on the look of it, I think there was a rock inside of there, and it dissolved when it was plucked. Okay, so this is kind of pale, but it's got some translucency to it. And this one's like not as pale, but doesn't really have much translucency to it. It's darker. And it's greener on the outside. But look at how big that is. And then you turn it over, it's got all this black stuff. I think we're going to try and shape that into a big green emerald piece. Even though it's pale, it'll still technically be a big chunk of emerald. That'll be cool. I'm excited about that. Okay, save the big for last. You got it. You got it. The salsa turned out pretty good, so I'm excited about that. I got more jars of salsa than I know what to do with. I'm going to have to start giving it away. Did I tell you about the watermelon, Colette? Oh man, I need to send you that picture. You need to come out and eat some watermelon. Actually, I should send you that picture right now. This is a chunk of rose quartz. Not very exciting because there's a lot of problems in it. Very included. I'm not too excited about this. Maybe we'll find something nice to make out of it. It'll probably just go in the collection box, though. Maybe I can just send the pictures to myself and pull them up on screen. Oh, here's some green tourmaline chunks. Some little sticks and a piece. Yeah, see, here's a piece. Ooh, I wish it would. It's showing. I can see right through it. Yeah, it's not showing on the screen, but I can see right through this piece. It's got a nice green in it. Yeah, I think that's going to turn out pretty good. And then there's a couple of sticks like this, which they're pretty dark. But still, it's a neat piece, nice and straight. Nice and tourmaline-y. Dark green, yep. Just like chrome tourmaline. Chrome tourmaline's pricey. It's like 300 a carat, something like that, for a good polished piece, clean polished piece. Let's see. Oh, I was wrong. There's one more topaz, and this one's got some bluishness to it. Like this one here and this one here are kind of bluish. See how blue that is compared to these whiter ones? Yeah, that's exciting. That's the topaz I was excited for. Which I'm excited for all the topaz because it's topaz. Have I mentioned how much I like topaz? Okay, so this is that big chunk. Big and clean and got some nice blue to it. A lot of blue in that. That's exciting. It's going to be a nice piece. This piece is cool. I'm excited about that. I should set it to the side. Okay, 2 more little ones and 1 big one. I think your blue, green fluorite is in one of these little ones. Could be in the big one. What do we have here? Oh, this is some hessonite garnet. So there's a lot of different types of garnet. Like a dozen. And hessonite is kind of plentiful, so it's kind of cheap. But it's got a nice color to it. Look at that. And there is a little bit of clarity to this. I think we can divide it up and get some neat decorative gems out of it. There's some problems in these two littler pieces. But this big one has some clarity inside, so it might actually make a nice piece. It's got neat color to it. I like it. Very tasty. Much candy-ish. Clear blue. Okay, I was wrong. I think the big one is yours, because this one's lightweight. Not sure what's in here. Let's find out. Ooh, emerald. Okay, so this is the emerald I was excited about. I think I wound up bidding and I got that piece of lemon quartz and I was like, okay, let's add to it. And so I started bidding on stuff. I got some topaz. I figured the emerald is selling, so we'll get that. This is a pale piece of emerald. It's got a little bit of translucency. Not too concerned with that. This other piece, though, it's got so much dark green in it. There's a lot of problems, but like some of the smaller areas are dark green, but they have translucency to them. So I'm kind of excited about that. Yeah. I think once we get them polished up, we'll have a neat piece of emerald here. Notice how a lot of it's very opaque. It doesn't pass any light, but some of the end of it does. And it's got a good saturation of color, so I'm excited about it. I think it's going to be pretty neat. Maybe not. We'll see when we actually get to working with it. But that's kind of landmark because emerald's actually pretty hard to come by. Like, you know how I can get the little rubies and sapphires? I can get like, you know, a 2-carat ruby for like 20 bucks. Can't find any emerald. I can find lab-made emerald, but I can't find any natural emerald. Stupid wannabe nonsense diamonds are like $100 a carat for rough. And you're gonna get a 1/2-carat stone, and it's like, that's not even worth it. So, this thing looks beautiful. It's a sea blue-green color. Yeah, that's not even doing it. And it's even got like this salty looking top. So you can see all the little bits of the edge of the crystal. It's not all, you know, like this has been cut. This has been cut. It was like it was cut out of there. And then the rest of it is just busted. But it's really nice. I think you're going to like this. I got it for you because you asked for it. And I need to shape you some actually. But I just haven't gotten to it. But this is blue green. It's not a green green. It's a blue green. So got it just for you, Colette. Yeah. Very pretty. I think you'll enjoy it. So anyway, those are the gems we got. Let's send some watermelon pictures. And I need to get some new watermelon pictures because these ones are like 2 weeks old and they got bigger. They got bigger than these. I was out there, so I bought this. I was like, all right, let's plant some watermelons this year. And I'm looking and I pick out a package of watermelon seeds. It was like $3.25 for a package of seeds, and there's 5 seeds in there. I was like, what? So I planted them. They sprouted. They grew. They wound up growing like 2 watermelons on them early on. And these two watermelons have been growing and growing and growing. We've since gotten other watermelons on there. But I've been watching these two watermelons get bigger and bigger and bigger, and I'm excited about them, right? And I'm looking, it's like, oh, the record watermelon's like 350 pounds. I wonder how big these are. I'm thinking they're about 120 pounds, 150 pounds. Imagine picking up a watermelon that big. So I'm out there and I'm like, when are they going to be ripe? How do I know? And I'm looking up, videos on how do you know if they're ripe and all that kind of stuff. Got the old school tells. I'm out there picking vegetables for salsa like 3 days ago. And I said, well, there's a few other watermelons out there. Let's just go ahead and pick one, crack it open, and see how ripe it is. Maybe it's not ripe at all. Maybe it's got a little ripeness. Maybe we can smell it in there and see, give us an idea. So I go over and I see there's three watermelons growing right. They're like growing so close they're touching each other, and I'm like, oh, they're too small. But oh well, they'll never they won't get big enough in time anyways. And I cut the biggest of the three of them, and I'm carrying it, and I'm like, man, this thing's heavy. Took it home and weighed it, 30 pounds, 30-pound watermelon. And I get it inside on the counter, and I'm like, dang, this thing's bigger than the ones you get in the store. So I think it was just my eyes in the garden comparing the other watermelons and being like, nah, they're not that big. And I got a picture of it, so I'm going to show you that too. But I crack it open, and it's ripe, and it's delicious, and it's ready. But it was so dark I couldn't get a picture of the other watermelons, the two big ones that I need to get, because they got bigger than the pictures I took that I do have that I'm about to show. And I gotta try and upload them. Do you like watermelon? I didn't even ask that. I should have asked if you like watermelon. Oh, there we go. Now we're talking. Now we're talking with fire. That one. And the other one. So one of them's normal shaped, except it's long and big around, and the other one's kind of pear shaped, I guess, but that's okay. So let me see here. So you do like watermelon. Okay, that's great. Let's open, open, open. And then go here. And I gotta share it. Shrink me down. So here's the watermelon that I picked, the small one. Yeah, that's how big it was. You can kind of see compared to that great big knife, but also compared to the seeds. Look at how red it is, and it's got that nice white crispiness, and I ate so much watermelon, I got a belly ache. Look at how ripe it is out to the edge. It's looking beautiful. Absolutely beautiful. Just gorgeous. I ate so much, I got a tummy ache. Let's see. That's from Dubuque a few weeks ago. Where are all my other pictures? So anyway, that's the elongated one, and that's a quarter on top. That's the weird one. And, oh, there's my shoe up in the corner. Here's my shoe. So you can see the shoelaces and the quarter and the size of it. This thing's gotten a lot bigger. Lot bigger. Like, bigger. Like, exciting bigger. Dang, that's big. Let's see. There's the church. There we go. And this picture doesn't even show how long it is. That's the shame of it. Because this thing is so long, but it's gotten bigger. Ooh, it's gotten bigger. It's got to be like 120 pounds at least. Maybe 150. I don't know. I'm going to weigh it. That's going to be exciting. I'm excited about that. Those watermelons got me excited. Kind of like I'm excited about this blue topaz. So I need to send you this fluorite. I need to send you some ruby and zoisite. And some chrome diopside. I have it all wrought down. Actually, what I need to do is finish a gem so that I'll be ready for the show tomorrow. Not sure which one to finish. Maybe I should finish... Let's take a look at the Instagram and see what color we need. Okay. Just did an orange one, did a red one before that, did a dark one before that. So we don't want to do the rhodolite. We could do the diopside. That one's pretty close, so maybe we'll do that. And then we'll do the striped amethyst. Yeah, I think we'll do the green one and then we'll do the striped amethyst. So I'll work on those two. Yes, I gave them a half a bottle of plant food when I put the seeds in the ground. I poked the hole with my fingers, put the seeds in them, gave them a little bit of plant food and covered them over. And then when they sprouted, I gave them all another half a bottle of plant food. So yes, the watermelon plants did get the plant food and they are showing it because the sugar, just thinking about it, I am addicted to that watermelon, Colette. I want to just like go pick more of them and to eat them. I want to eat them. I want to eat them. And that salsa, man, that salsa's good. I am so excited because I got plenty of salsa now. I'm happy about that. Oh man. Talk about them on the show, show pictures, make a video. That's a good idea. Because I think I'm going to do that, actually. I think I'll brag about my watermelons on the show. I'm excited about them. That's for sure. That's a good idea, Colette. I like that. See this picture next to me? It's got red quartz in it. It's kind of like orange citrine, but it's red. And I got that in Chicago, and I should have got a couple of them. So I think I'm going to go up there and try to grab another one. But who knows when I'm going to run to Chicago next. Excuse me. Mention the flavor too. You know what I should do is auction off a jar of salsa. With the gemstones? I should do that. Because I got plenty of salsa now. I'm excited. I'll have to send you a jar of salsa with everything so that you can try it out. Oh man, I am so glad this diopside's been working out. I hope it finishes out well. Cause that's a big piece of diopside. It's big and it's green and it's almost done. Just a little bit more work to do on it. Gotta push it with the 1000 gritter. It's gonna be beautiful. Maybe we'll make it a feature if I can get a good picture of it. I think once it's polished, it'll look good. I don't know. Maybe I'll give it a stronger edge so it'll stand up. We'll see. And then the other one is this guy, which isn't quite as close to being done, but really beautiful with some water on him. So I think we'll get there. Sure is pretty. Much like you, Colette. I'm so glad you showed up. It's always nice to see you. Oh man. Oh. Before I go, I'll tell you what I did tonight. I went and there was a like a benefit fundraiser chevron in there. Yeah, and it's not opaque chevron, it's translucent chevron. So I did I went to this fundraiser thing. I think I told you that one of the local comedians committed suicide. He was a veteran and he was always, posting about it and stuff. That's one of the things is that you can't keep dwelling on that. That's, it's not the answer. And it's a tough situation that you got to make it through. You got to make it to the other side of. And there's been times when I'm like, I can dip out, but then it's like, nah, don't do that. That's not the best way to go. And he kind of showed everybody that, by everything that's been going on. And so we're like trying to bury him, and we did a couple of fundraiser shows, and this was another fundraiser show. And I guess we raised like 180% of the money so far needed to bury him. So now we can bury 2 people. And they had a bunch of comedians go up, and this was actually scheduled before he did that. It was scheduled as Brad's Stupid Friends. It was just supposed to be a comedy show. It was going to be fun. It was going to be a showcase. A whole bunch of comedians just roasting this guy. And instead, it turned out to be, hey, let's honor this guy and then raise some money to bury him in the dirt. And so that's kind of what happened. But then after all the comedians went up, and we had a great turnout because it was raining and like it was just like spitting every now and then. The sky would spit a few drops out, and people still came out. That was awesome. We had a great turnout. It was like packed. And then after all the comedians went up, they started having other comedians go up, and then finally they had me go up. And I'm really proud of the jokes that I told because I wasn't ready. I didn't prepare a set. And I told 4 jokes. And I did 2 things I've never done before. One is crowd work. I started with a crowd work joke. I said something about, well, actually, I went up there and the one guy asked me to hand him the mic stand. So I handed him the mic stand. I said, make sure you sanitize it before you bring it back. You're going to need a lot of lube for that. And then I said to somebody in the front, or I said, thanks for coming out, supporting the comedy show, raising some money for Brad, and drinking some drinks and enjoying the show. And I was like, hey, have you ever drank a chelada? I pointed at the guy in the front row. I was like, "You ever drank a Shalata?" Like, yeah, yeah, me neither. It's like tomato juice and beer. They call it a Shalata. I have an aunt with a drinking problem. She drinks a lot of them. We call her Aunt Shalata. And that got a laugh, so that got people to crack. And yeah, that's why I don't drink them either. But that got people to crack. And then I told the joke about my loud stereo. And since it was a bar, that got people to be like, "Oh yeah, yeah, woo, yeah." So, let's see, how did it go? I said a vulgar word, so that really got people to, because I was like, I like having a loud stereo, but the subwoofer has to be really loud, like really loud. The subwoofer has to be so loud that it vibrates girls' pussies as I drive by. And that got people to laugh. So then I'm like, it makes me feel like Oprah. You get an orgasm, and you get an orgasm. Everybody gets an orgasm. And that got people to be like, yeah, yay for orgasm. you know. So that was pretty cool. And then I went into my story that I told you yesterday, and I did a much better job of it. I gotta say that. Like last night, I was pretty tired. And so, uh, I was like, yeah, I told the story about, I was like, I live in an apartment complex, and we have one of those community laundry facilities, which is just a hot room with dirty washers and dryers in it. And then, yeah, I went into telling, about the underwear joke, and that story needs a punchline, to be honest. It needs a pretty big punchline at the end to be like, this is the end of the story. Ha 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 ha. Uh, but it went really well. Like when I was telling it, people were silent, like they were paying attention, which is a big deal at a bar. Usually people are loud and they're talking and they're on their phone, but everybody was paying attention, because the first couple jokes hit pretty well. So I like that one, I had people's attention and they were listening and they laughed during, some of the parts and stuff. But then after that, I told a gem joke, and it was just a little joke. I was like something about this joke is to honor Brad, or I got one more joke, and this joke is to honor Brad and his military service. Some of you might not know that I shape gems on YouTube, and so I tell gemstone jokes. And here it is. Most people think that the most military gemstone is aquamarine. But actually, the most military gemstone is Brad because he was a natural gem. And then the audience all went, "Oh," because and the cool part is, a lot of people were clapping all night, like, "Yeah, Brad, cheers!" And then to get that awe out of them, it was like, oh, they really, it really softened their hearts, and that made me feel really good. So that's why I say, between the crowd work opener, the yeah woo joke for the bar, the story where they were listening, and the cheesy joke that got them to, really cheer up and soften their hearts, that made me feel great. I feel like I had a really good set there. And I don't know how long I was up there, but it felt just, it was one of my best performances. And I'm glad. I'm happy with that. That's like ending on a high note. Not sure when my next performance is. You remember the Tom Kelly from the Tom Kelly show? No, I didn't take a video of it. it was raining out and I didn't have my tripod with me, and I'm kind of glad I didn't. I'd rather keep it as a memory because I'll have other videos of those jokes. And I'll have videos of other sets. I need to show you my 10-minute video from Dubuque a couple weeks ago. I was pretty proud of that. Even though there was a small audience of like 15 or 20 people, it was cool. It wasn't, I mean, like having that audience of 200 people, that was cool, getting them to laugh. But then this audience, it was a different venue. And I was up there, instead of up there for 6.5 minutes, I was up there for 11.5 minutes. Yeah. But anyway, so Tom Kelly interviewed a guy named Matt Ruby. He's a New York comedian, and apparently he's doing some touring. And one of the stops he's going to do is at the Renwick Mansion, which they do small venue stuff. There's like seating for like 30 people in there. So it's a pretty small venue, but that's why they're doing it on Sunday. But he's going to be doing the Renwick Mansion tomorrow, so I'm actually going to drive out there and I'm going to see him do his show, which is why I'm thinking I'm either going to do my show early or I'm going to do it late. I think I'm going to do it late. I don't know, maybe I should try to do it early. Depends on how quickly I have the gem ready. But I want to go and see Matt Ruby, the guy that Tom Kelly interviewed, because I want to ask him about doing some open mics in New York. And I want to get some actual, in-person feedback from him. So that's the idea behind that, is to go out and see him do that. And his show starts at 7. And I do my show at 9 p.m. Eastern. So it'll probably run in together. So if I do the show after his show, it'll probably be closer to my actual airtime. So maybe I'll do the show later. I don't know. I'm going to schedule it once I get the gem done, which I might do here in a little bit. So maybe I should do that. Go and get that gem done. I don't know. Maybe I'll take a nap and then do it. Either way, thanks for sticking around for my stories and checking out the gems. There's a gem from last week. Isn't that cool? I love this gem. It's so cool. I love it. It's such a neat gem. I need to mount it in something, I don't know. It's either going to be that chrome diopside, but I might drop that and it might go flying, so that could be a problem. Or it might crack apart because it's getting pretty thin. And so it might be this piece of amethyst, this piece of striped amethyst. Might be that. It might be this piece of blue aquamarine that I've been working on. I'm not sure yet. It might be something completely different. Turned out bright. I know, right? It's so lovely, and it's got a pretty good orange in there. Excuse me. As far as natural orange citrine goes, I'm excited about this big chunk of lemon. Didn't I send you a big chunk of lemon? I hope I did. I better have. I know I sent one to Ron Weasley. Sent him a big chunk of lemon quartz. Let's see. I think we covered everything. We need to call on the phone so we can actually talk. But I need to get that gem shaped. I got a big chunk of lemon. I love it. Okay, great. That's great. I'm glad you love it. Got to finish some more ruby and zoisite so we can feature that. Maybe I'll feature that tomorrow. Probably not, but maybe. I don't know. I did ruby the week before, so I better not do that. I better give it another couple weeks. And then I can send that to you with the lepidolite and the fluorite and a piece of chrome diopside, which I need to finish. So I can send that to you. Or maybe I have one already. I don't know. See, that's the problem. I forget that I have gems, and then they're in the drawer. I need to do an auction to auction them off. Dang, you spoil me. You spoil me. I got so many treats that I've been eating because of you and nuts, and that's why I made a video, and I got all that candy, and I got all those big rocks of obsidian still, and I've been working on a piece of the striped obsidian here. Where is it? Oh, I set it upstairs so I could study it underwater and in different lighting. That's what I do is I take things and I set them in different light settings, and then I can check them out and understand them a little bit better and see if they're gonna work out. Oh, I'm too tired, Colette. I think I should probably just take a nap and then cut the stone. Oh, thanks for hanging out with me. I'm gonna go. You're great. You're awesome. I'll send you a text message to let you know when I'm streaming. Nap is good. You're good. We're good. We're awesome. We're great. And I will see you later. Have a good night, Colette.